This is Western Wisconsin Journal, and I'm Buck Malick. This time I'm interviewing Ashley Filkins. We're doing this in connection with the Hudson Independent Business Association. One of the key members of the Hudson Independent Business Association is Angel's Pet World. And Ashley has worked for Angel's Pet World for almost 7 years. Mm-hmm. She started when she was a high schooler, she was just telling me. So Ashley, what kind of a pet store is Angel's Pet World?
So Angel's Pet World is a full-line pet store. We have everything from dog supplies, reptile supplies, fish supplies, and we do a lot of involvement with the community. But yeah, we have everything for every pet.
So you have food. You
Yep.
have the more common sorts of medical or vitamin types of things?
Yep, supplements, everything. Yep.
Do you actually sell animals of any kind at Angel's Pet
We
World?
used to sell a lot of animals. Now we're trying to work more with rescues, those type of routes. We used to have, well, what we have in the store, we have betas, we have cats up for adoption, we have reptiles, and we only have mice right now, but we can always order in animals if they want them.
Now, I think some people come to the store in order to get mice that are no longer living, right?
Yes, we have those too. Yeah.
Like to feed to
Snakes.
snakes.
Yeah, a lot of, that's one of the reasons we kept mice, was because snakes, yes.
Yes, they make
Yeah.
good food for snakes.
Yep.
Yeah, the bigger types, I suppose. Yeah. So Angel's Pet World is open on most weekdays, all weekdays?
Yeah, they're open every day. We're just closed like only a couple days in the year, like Christmas Day, Easter, but we're usually open 7 days a week.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a full service type of thing. Now,
Yep.
the store is located on 2nd Street,
Yep.
right? And there's a second store, right? Is it
Yes.
still open? Yeah.
Yep. So we have one in River Falls, Wisconsin, so it's like 10 minutes from Hudson. They're more of a smaller store. Only one person really needs to work there. They're a full-line pet store, but in much smaller quantities. But it works really nice with our big Hudson store. We can get whatever the customer needs. But they're closed every Sunday, though. But otherwise, they're open Monday through Saturday.
I suppose it takes a kind of a special person to work at a pet store.
Yes, definitely people who love animals need to work at a pet store.
I see.
Yeah.
So you're a pet lover.
Oh, yes.
Do you have any yourself?
Yes. In our house, we have 5 dogs.
Oh.
And I've had a bunny, betas, literally every animal you can think of, except a reptile. I've never had one. But yeah, they're a lot of work, but a lot of fun.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, thanks, Angel, for telling us about, Ashley, for telling us about Angel's Pet World.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Buck Malick, and this is Western Wisconsin Journal. We're talking today about the HIBA Helping Hands event coming up this September, and I'm going to ask questions of Lori Papineau, who's on my right, and of Ashley Kurtz, who's on my left. And they will each bring different perspectives to this Helping Hands event. Let me start with you, Lori. Probably better tell the audience a little bit about HIBA, Hudson Independent Business Association, right?
Yep, it's a group made up of 30 or 40 local independent businesses in the Hudson area, not just downtown, but also in uptown off of Carmichael there as well. And we support shopping and dining locally.
And a few years ago, I think before I got involved, the leaders of HIBA noticed that there's a kind of a phenomenon where local businesses tend to support local nonprofits, local charities, because there's often an intense interlinking of interests. The same people are volunteering as are working and so on. It's a natural. So began this Helping Hands event a few years ago, right?
Yep, this is our 3rd year with the Helping Hands through HIBA event. It started a couple years ago. We started with the idea of donating to 5 or 6 local nonprofits that fit our grassroots type movement on what was important to the Hudson independent businesses.
So let me direct a question or two to Ashley Kurtz here, and we'll get some background on the Coco's Heart part of this, which is one of the beneficiaries this year.
Yes.
Ashley, tell us about the program.
I would love to. Coco's Heart Dog Rescue is a local nonprofit. We're foster-based, volunteer-driven, and our dog rescue has been really successful in finding homeless dogs families of their own. We will be one of the recipients of this fundraiser, actually directed to our new program called Coco's Cares Assistance Program. And that was designed to actually help owned dogs receive care in the short term for when they can take care of the dog for the long term, Yes,
but they've
you
got
got-
some temporary financial embarrassment. or
Yeah,
really,
so-
is that what it is about?
Yeah, so what we had talked a little bit about earlier is that oftentimes with the dog rescue, we would be contacted daily about people that were committed to their pets in the long term, but needed help in the short term, and we were never able to offer help. I mean, if we weren't able to welcome them to rescue, we weren't of much service to them. And it started to get really disheartening because good people would have to surrender their pets to our organization and or to other shelters because they couldn't help their pets in the short term, even though they really wanted to do everything they can in the long term. So this program was designed where we could step in and try to offer assistance to them, whether that be veterinary care or boarding for a short period of time, to help them get plans in place to make it possible for them to be set up well to care for their pet in the long term.
That seems innovative to me. I mean, I've adopted dogs all my life. Had quite a few at home over the years, over the decades, but I don't remember ever a program like this. Are you copying a model that you found somewhere else, or are you making this up out of your head?
You know, the rescue community is really great, and I think that anybody in the rescue community has a bleeding heart, and we all want to help whomever we can with the resources we have available. And this Coco's Cares Assistance Program blossomed when I actually returned from taking some time off after having my son, and realized that a lot of our girls running the organization had a lot of the day-to-day covered, and I was in a position to help launch a new program. And it had been something, I'd gone to school for social work, and it had been something on my mind for a while, and we just decided to go for it. Let's start this program. We partnered with a couple local homeless shelters, and we really have been doing our best to make a difference for these people with their pets.
Good. Well, we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
Lori, the Coco's Heart Foundation is not the only of the beneficiaries. Got 4 others this year, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Let's see what we know about them. Let's see, I'm looking at one of the advertising pieces, and it says the Hudson Backpack Program is one of the beneficiaries.
They serve 165 different families, and what they do is they provide food for students on 2 weekends a month.
And they're affiliated with the churches,
Yep.
right?
Exactly.
Each of the churches takes a piece of the program, I guess, and their members provide the food, non-perishable items? Is that
Non-perishable
what they want?
items. Yep, kid-friendly.
Okay, so that's one of the beneficiaries, and then the St. Croix EMS, which we all know is kind of the medical ambulance service that serves our region.
Yep.
Yes. The St. Croix County Historical Society, that's the Octagon House, right? But it's the county-wide folks who look after the history of our area and sponsor programs, and the 8th grade program, I guess, for educating school kids. And then Tropical Wings is the 5th of the beneficiaries this year. That's the organization that is the friends group between the national parks here and the national parks in Costa Rica. Am I thinking of the right one?
Yep, that's exactly right.
And they do habitat. They did the goats, the Munch Bunch.
The Munch Bunch.
In Prospect Park this year. They applied for grants and came up with some of the money to help the city with that. And if I remember right, they also sponsor at-cost trips for people who want to visit Costa Rica and see the birds, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Same birds that spend the winter there. Don't we all wish we could do that? And the
That's for
summers here having their kids. Yeah. Now, it's not always these same 5 beneficiaries, is it, from year to year?
No, it is not. We choose different nonprofits every year.
I see. Good. Well, let's talk a little bit then about what's going to happen on, when is this?
Oh, perfect.
September.
It's September 29th from 11 a.m. To 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And it's going to be a whole day of fun. So we've got entertainment. We'll start the day off with Dan the Piano Man. Dan Baumgartner is a local music teacher here in Hudson. He's been teaching in the area for quite some time, and he's fabulous. So he's going to start off our day with entertainment. We have the Phipps Dance Company that will entertain us with their dancing from the local theater in town. We also have the K9 unit will be there doing a demonstration for us, and then we'll end off the afternoon for entertainment with the Jorgensen Tag Duo, which is a classic Americana type duo that will play some acoustic music for us. And then all of the nonprofits will have fun activities for the kids to do, whether it's frosting cookies or getting pictures with the goats, because we'll have the Munch Bunch goats down there. So that'll be fun. Coco's Heart will have some adoptable dogs down there as
You're
well.
bringing dogs, are you, Ashley?
Yep.
Their specialty.
Do you know yet which dogs? Well, no, they might be adopted between now and then, huh?
Yep, exactly. We will probably have a better idea a few days before the event.
I see. Do you have a sense of how many dogs you might have available for adoption?
Sure. Well, in the past, we've had anywhere from 5 to 12 dogs show up throughout the course of the day. But we do typically have around 300 dogs in rescue at a time. And so it just will depend on the foster family's availability to come to the event.
Oh, good grief. You deal in large numbers.
We
guess.
do.
I had no idea of that. So in a typical year, how many dogs do you adopt out?
We
Bring in and-
average, I think last year we welcomed approximately 1,500 dogs to rescue and adopted out approximately 1,500 dogs.
Oh,
So we have a great group of 1,500 volunteers, 300 active foster homes. We have 6 staff members, and we all do everything we can to make the rescue successful.
now you have an office in Hudson, don't you?
We do.
Is it? I think I saw a sign across the street from Angel's Pet World. is it?
Yes, Angel, it worked out conveniently because Angel's Pet World has always been a huge part of Coco's Heart in helping us spread the word about our organization, and it was very convenient when we were able to get the space across the street from them.
So do you actually keep dogs there?
We do not. It's an administrative building, and then we keep a lot of our supplies there, host orientations for new fosters and volunteers and all that fun stuff.
But the dogs are primarily in people's homes.
Yep, at any given time, yeah, we'll have a handful in boarding if we can't find a foster family or if somebody's on vacation or whatnot. But yeah, other than that, they're in foster homes.
My goodness. Well, Lori, we know what's going to happen there. What is the Carpenter Nature Center planning to do?
They're going to bring their birds of prey.
That means like falcons and owls and hawks
Yep.
and that kind of thing?
Yep, exactly. So they'll be there. We've already mentioned the goats. We have the dogs coming. We have bird bingo planned. St. Croix EMS will bring down their ambulances, and we'll be able to tour an ambulance and learn a little bit about what happens with them. And then last but not least, we've got a great duck drop planned.
A duck drop.
Duck drop,
Now,
yep.
wait a minute here. Live ducks being dropped? This sounds like something for teenage
Well,
boys.
no, we've got little
what
rubber
is this?
duckies.
Oh, yeah?
And each one of them will be numbered, and we're going to sell raffle tickets.
Oh.
And then we'll put them all in, I think, what do we have, a crane or some kind of truck that we have planned that'll drop them all from up high.
Towards the target?
Yep, and whichever duck lands the closest to that target is the person who will win the cash prize. We've got 3 cash prizes that we're going to hand out that day. And then the money that we raised for the raffle will be used appropriately. So.
Benefit the Chamber of Commerce, which is the background umbrella supporting
Yep.
organization for this whole deal. So we're talking about September 29th from 11 to 3. Is there a charge for anything here? You haven't mentioned that. Does any of this cost money?
It's a free event, and a free will donation. We'll have some buckets out if people
Okay.
are willing to
People
give.
can contribute and they can buy raffle tickets.
Yep.
Right. There are sponsors, I see, on the back of this promotion piece. So it's not only the HIBA branch of the Hudson Chamber of Commerce, but it's the Luther Automobile Group, I see.
Yep, Hudson Luther.
And it looks like Angel has put together some of her suppliers, Natural Balance and World's Best Cat Litter, as well as Nutrisource.
Great. Those have been sponsors for the last
From the
couple of
beginning?
years. Yep. All 4 of those sponsors actually for the last couple years.
Oh, very nice. And then the Star Observer, Donna Kaufman, I suppose, is providing some advertising,
Yes.
and printing, and things like
Printing, and they do help us out a lot with our advertising piece and things like that too. So.
that. Oh, good. Well, it's truly a wonderful thing to see all these groups and organizations and partners and so on getting together to provide a fun day. What happens if it rains?
It is a rain or shine event. Yep.
We'll
so
have fun anyway.
We'll have fun anyways. Yep. We'll dance in the rain.
I see. That's right. You're a music instructor, aren't you, actually? All right. We just need yeah, I can just vision. Who is that guy who sang it? Gene, the singer-dancer.
Oh, singing in the rain?
Singing in
Yeah.
the rain. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. So is there anything that you'd like to say that I haven't asked you the right question, Ashley?
Just that we are so thankful for this opportunity, and that Hudson and HIBA have really come together to support these nonprofits and Coco's Heart and the Coco's Cares program, and our community does make a difference for us, and I know for these other organizations, and that we appreciate any and all support.
For those poor dogs that need a forever home. Huh?
Yep, check out our website.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to say, Lori?
No, I love what Ashley just said, and to just piggyback and say we hope to see all the families the afternoon of the September 29th.
Very good. All right. That's it for Western Wisconsin Journal.